Welcome, sir.
Welcome. Yes, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome, sir. Jimutsen, sir. Welcome.
Jimutsen, sir. You are very much audible. Satya sir, namaskar.
Sir, namaskar.
Namaskar.
ଶକ୍ତି ସାର୍ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି।
Sir, wait କରିଥିଲୁ ଟିକେ ପିଲା ଜଏନ୍ କରିବେ ପିଲା ଆଇ ଥିଙ୍କ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ସାର୍ ଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ, ଚେୟାରମ୍ୟାନ ସାର୍ ଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିକି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ।
Sir? Chairman, sir. Can we start now?
Madam, କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
Can we start
you
now?
should start. Yes, sure.
Thank you. Good afternoon, respected Chairman, PJ Council, Professor P.K. Mohanty, sir, our NSS coordinator, Dr. Dhruva, sir, other faculty members present here. A warm welcome to each one present here on behalf of NSS Unit's PG Department of BERHAMPUR University. I welcome you all to celebrate 25th National Youth Day. Even I would like to welcome our volunteers to celebrate this National Youth Day. As we know that the power of youth is the commonwealth for the entire world. Even the faces of young people are the faces of our past, our present, even our future. There is no segment in the society that can match with the power of with the power, enthusiasm, energy, or you can say the courage of the young people. So it is that on this eve, the theme is that it's all in the mind. So it is on the process that we can say what we are thinking. It makes us what we are. So on this occasion, I would like to say that yes, it is the youth who can make a better world. So again, once again, I would like to welcome you all. So now I would like to invite our respected chairman, Professor Mohanty, to give his welcome address. Sir, kindly give your address. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. A very good afternoon to all of you. My dear students, NSS volunteers, program officers of NSS, coordinator Dr. Dhruva Ponda, and my dear colleagues, my colleague Dr. Satyavrata Patra and some others. Thank you very much for joining this important event today, which NSS is organizing. It is the celebration of the National Youth Day. The National Youth Day is being celebrated across the country every year on 12th January since 1984, when Government of India decided to celebrate this year to commemorate the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, one of the greatest philosophers, thinkers, social reformers, and spiritual leaders. So the main objective in celebrating this day, National Youth Day, is to recognize and honor the teachings and preachings of Vivekananda, to propagate his philosophy and the ideals for which he lived and worked. So this year, the theme, as it was said by Madam, is it's all in the mind. See, I think it is most befitting theme in today's context because Swami Vivekananda also said that we are what our thoughts have made us. So take care about what you think. Words are secondary and thoughts live. They travel far, even faster than the light. Therefore, so the mind is very, very important, and we have to use our mind. We have to channelize our mind in proper way, in proper direction. That is the probably the objective in choosing such a very apt theme for this year. So the theme, actually, the theme chosen for this year aims to shape the mind of India's youth, because this is Youth Day. So the very purpose of choosing such a theme is to shape the mind of India's youth and transform them into a united force for nation building. If the youth of our nation focus their mind in nation building, it would be one of the biggest social cohesion and intellectual and cultural integration, and it would help to bring, bring diverse cultures of India and integrate them into a united thread. That is what is being said. That is Ek Bharat, Shrestha Bharat, Shrestha Bharat. So Swami Vivekananda, in fact, propounded the importance of education in building nation, in empowering the youth, particularly by providing them the right education, and he emphasized on, particularly he emphasized on education being relevant to the common masses, because he was although he came from a very well-off family, but later, because after his death of his father at a very early age, they were driven into poverty, and therefore he was for the common masses, for the people who lived with poverty, for the people who suffered from poverty, abject poverty. So he was a great inspiration for all the youth of India, and therefore, while celebrating this National Youth Day uh, 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 across the nation today, which is celebrated at schools, colleges, and universities, and even other places, our Prime Minister probably is inaugurating this at Puducherry today. The very purpose is to propagate the teachings of Swami Vivekananda, and so I am hopeful that this message of Swami Vivekananda will be propagated to the youth of our nation, and all of us know that India has probably the maximum number of youth as compared to any other country in the world. Therefore, the as Madam also told that the force that we have, youth force, should be used, should be integrated, should be used for the nation building. Therefore, our nation can be built in a very strong and peaceful manner. And I am confident that after reading the complete works of Swami Vivekananda, it is available in 9 volumes. If our youth read that, the complete works of Swami Vivekananda, there will be a paradigm shift in the feelings, in the behavior, and in the orientation and activities of our youth, and they will probably be motivated in the process of nation building. So I profusely thank all the NSS volunteers, the program coordinators, coordinator NSS, and all of you who have participated in this important event today. And the theme, particularly, they have chosen the theme of the webinar. They have chosen is that is Indian youth in 21st century, the onset challenges. It is also very apt and timely, and I am sure there is now more than 40 people who are participating in this event, and I wish all the very best and a successful webinar and a successful celebration of the National Youth Day. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. On this occasion, we have with us a budding young leader, you can say, who is going to guide us. He is none other than Mr. Jimutsen Nayak. Now I would like to request Mr. Saktiranjan Das to introduce our today's guest. Sir, over to you.
Yes. Madam, I'm audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you, madam. So as already madam already told that my responsibility is to introduce today's resource person. In fact, it's a great honor for all of us. Today we have with us one of the young, dynamic and a youth icon, the young scientist, Sri Jimutsen Nayak. He's currently working as a scientist, a senior scientist in the Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. And prior to that, he has also very well-deserving his academic career. He started his graduation from Utkal University and completed in the year 2012. He achieved as a gold medalist and the best graduate in the Utkal University. Apart from that, he is also awarded with Rajiv Gandhi Chhatra Pratibha, Odisha Swatantra Samman, and many more. After completing his graduation, he joined as a master degree student in the Department of Applied Geology, Utkal University, and successfully completed his master degree and qualified CSR NET in the year 2014. After that, he also joined as a Master of Philosophy scholar, MPhil scholar in the Department of Geology, and there is also he qualified and become a gold medalist in the MPhil batch 2014 to 17. After that, 2014 to 16. After that, he also served as a guest lecturer in the Rajasthan University from 2015 to 17, and he joined as an MTech scholar in the Department of Exploration, Geoscience, and Nuclear Engineering in the Institute of Homi Bhabha National Institute, Mumbai. After that, he joined as a trainee officer in BARC Training School and successfully completed his training program and joined as a senior scientist having research and development activities in the Atomic and Mineral Directorate for Exploration and Research, Department of Atomic Energy, Government of India. Apart from that, his academic career, he is a well speaker and youth motivator. His life, throughout his life, he struggled and started from a very lower mediocre family and completed his all academic as well as family responsibility. With his limited capacity, he has motivated many youth in the rural areas of India as well as in various institutions of our country. So today it's a great honor and pleasure that we have with us Sri Jimutsen Nayak, a senior scientist and a young leader. So sir, on behalf of NSS and BERHAMPUR University, on my own behalf, we welcome you. It's over to you. Now you can start your session. Thank you, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you so much, Sakti and Sri, for giving me the opportunity for this auspicious occasion regarding National Youth Day 2022. And thank you, Chairman PG Council, BERHAMPUR University, and all my youngsters and young colleagues. So today we all know about this National Youth Day. Why we are celebrating this National Youth Day? So first of all is we have and we know that Swami Vivekananda, the great philosopher and monk in our India. So he actually born on 12th January, so 1863. But after his great work and dedication and different aspects regarding our and international issues, so they have worked. He has worked in different scenarios and giving a positive aspects in every senses of knowledge. So thanks to our great philosopher and monk Swami Vivekananda ji, in 95, Government of India declared this youth, this birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda as National Youth Day. Know that approximately 600 million
Sir, you are not audible.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, now it's audible.
Hello.
Yes, sir, now it's audible.
600 million people. Thank you so much. 6 million people population in India is younger than 25 years of age. Close to 7 the total population is less than 40 years of age. If our topic or objective is the onset challenges in our youth in India, what kind of problems they are facing? We know that we have different kind of emotions. We have different kind of spiritual experiences. We have all the physically and mentally challenges. But sometimes we have we have hidden all the qualities, all the aspects, and all the knowledge we have hidden. Why it is happening? If we focus on the 13 to 35 years of age, is defined as youth according to the National Youth Policy. We all know. Such a huge population of young is not only exceptional in India, but also in the world, we can say. Already our chairman sir have told this and have observed this, and thank you so much to sir. So now I'm just emphasizing this thing. In case the demographic dividend is not used properly, then it may result in demographic disaster in India. We all know. The youth then will not be on the right track. We all know this. So apart from these issues, so what kind of concept challenges they are facing? The first thing is role of uncertainty. I will explain what is one. The first thing is role of uncertainty. The second one is lack of trust and unclear goals, disengagement, and talent. The most one is talent differences in our India right now. It is going on huge because we know that different mobile and the digital platforms are going on. So many people are doing this because talent. I will explain. The next one is depression, unemployment, the most one is exploitation under the experience, and the famous dialogue we all know: "I am not doing what I love." We all say, "I am not doing what I love." So, what kind of issues? Why these kind of issues is happening in our India? Particularly on the youth scenario, you can see the productivity of organization. We all know that we are already focused on different uh, different scenarios. So if I will go for one by one, then first of all I will focus on the three things. One is education, the second one is job, and the third one is corruption. Education scenario, if you go for the education scenario, the youth, our huge youth, first and foremost, the concern of today's youth in India is education. What they demand. Indian youth for better education, employment, driven training, and bright future. But youth also want that skill based and job emplacement should be part of every higher institution. So more emphasis should be laid down on career-oriented courses, be a connection with real life scenario rather than just bookies. So we'll have the knowledge, understanding capability, not only on the book type, the people are inclined mostly on the and they are oriented on mark basis. So I am just requesting all the youth. They are not just focusing on the bookish type of things. They are not just focusing on the mark basis. Rather than they will focus on the career oriented courses and career oriented knowledges, what they really do, what they really love to do. I think this will be the better option to make them flourishing and growing their minds in a positive way, in a spiritual way, and physically, mentally, they will be strong as much as they can. But apart from that, youth from non-urban settings, I'm just focusing because I am from the middle class town in my stage. So I have seen a lot of challenges in my life and my surroundings also. So youth from non-urban settings generally lacks good communication skills. We all know we all have to be believed in that way because non-urban settings always focus to make good communication skills, but they have not that kind of surroundings. So that is why they are demoralized.
if I feel, I think it is the major issues in non-urban setting scenario. Because some people, they want to develop their career, different kind of issues, maybe financial issues, maybe some kind of surroundings they have. They will not succeed in that way. What really they can do in their life? So many, so I'm just requesting all the youth to focus on these major concerns because it acts as an obstacle on the way to get job and progress. Another thing is, if I will call in this education scenario, every people, every youth in our India, they are focusing only just on the job scenario. Any kind of job they will get and just they will settle. It is the misuse of their talents. Because if you are wanting, if you want to develop your career in such a way what really you love, I think due to family backup, due to different kind of financial issues, they are just going settle in such a situation. They will not win in that job environment. I think you all will stay. And another thing is, we call second most aspect is job scenario. We have already covered this education scenario. Now we'll go to the scenario. Youth unemployment in India is on rising and rising and rising. You all see because why it is having this issue. In past days, if you on 2 decades or 3 decades ago, they have not such kind of so why it is now rising? Because of the population is one thing, and another thing is developmental platforms, technology, educational far education system we can say. So they are reading too much, they are evaluating themselves so that the competition scenario is now increasing. I believe in that way. So, according to the World Development Report 2022, 11% of males and 13% of females between 15 to 25 years are unemployed. And why they are unemployed? Some coming from the non-urban, some coming from the poverty line, some coming from the different other aspects. I will just tell him after some. So, as per data, 9.7% of young men and 18% of young women in India were unemployed. Global level, chances of youth being unemployed is 3 times more than adults. So global financial crisis hit youth fast than adults. So my request to why these things are happening because illiterate youth is willing to do all sort of work, whereas educated ones look for jobs in their respective field only. So young graduates suffer the most as far as getting job is concerned. So my request to all the youngsters, they will just not focus on the job scenario, what they doesn't want to do, what they don't want to do, what really they love to do, they will focus on that way. So that their focus, their positivity, their sequential knowledge will develop in that way. So my request to all the youth on this auspicious Youth Day, they will have to commit themselves and just develop their minds in such a way they will make a good career in their path. The another thing is the third one major concern is corruption. What kind of corruptions our youth facing right now? With the issue of corruption more than anything else. That is why most of the protesters in recent You have already seen that in recent past Anna Hazards against corruption, where the Indian youth was there, and our great Mr. Ratan Tata once said that the youth of the today will need to recognize that they soldier a great responsibility. They will need to fight for rooting out corruption and for ensuring that no one is above the law, uniting the citizens of India as India first instead of communal or geographic factions. Because some people are focusing in that way, the you can say though fighting against corruption is the responsibility of every citizen, not only youth, every citizen against this corruption. And youth, why I am focusing, why I am just particular focusing on the youth, because the youth by virtue of their nature and energy participate more discussed in this cause. So corruption should be rooted out of the country and youth in society. Today, we relate everything related to success in terms of money. Yes, we all know these things, but success is more than this. Success is not only for the earning of more money. No. Youth must derive inspiration from their role model and different aspects to live life with proud. The so I have already told different issues. The first one is role of uncertainty. The the present youth in India totally focusing on the role of uncertainty. Means they are focusing in a particular subject and just reading and reading, and aside of that, one another thing is just just sit there, and they are just apart from reading these particular things, they are focusing on other things. So this is the role of uncertainty. And you can say today they have read something, and after some day they have already left it out and focusing on the other thing. So these things always happens to our young people and young minds. So I am requesting all these young minds to focus on the particular thing, and they really multidisciplinary is the very good nature. I can say multidisciplinary is the good knowledge based system. But apart from that, what really observe subject, will have to believe in that. And the second one is lack of trust. These things happening many people. Lack of trust means they're doing something, and after doing, they is not for me. I'm not going to do that. So in that way, they are just gaining the lack of trust, nothing more. They are not gaining any kind of positivity, any kind of spiritual experience. They are just gaining the lack of trust. And this lack of trust tends to observe them towards negativity. And they are all, not only for that person who have already lack of trust and lack of issues, they will also spread in their surroundings negative. So don't go for that. And lack of trust issues is a major issue. You are far from that lack of issues, lack of trust. You can develop your own creativity, your own innovation minds towards good things. And the third one is unclear goals. This is a major issue I have already seen in many aspirants, and many students are coming to this institution telling us that I have unclear goals. I just ask one question to all of you. Why these unclear goals? Unclear goals, why this unclear goals happens? Because of the maturity. Actually, we are in immature stage. Immature stage means at the time of our BSc career, at the time of our plus two career, you can say intermediate career. So that time we have already thought ki we have already thought we have unclear goals. So that is the major issue, immature issue, not your issue. It is the age gap, because we'll have to go. We are just in boarding stage, plus two, plus three, or BSc. Don't think about your goals. Your एकदम 100% goals. You can have some partial goals you can do, but 100% goals and lack of trust gaining in that time is a major issue. I think we must have to eradicate in that way and think about the mature way after MSc or in the time of MSc or while you are doing your at that time you will be gained. If you have already read in your 10th career, plus 2 career, and BSc career, I am 100% sure you must gain the confidence in your MSc stage to develop your career, to think about your career, and to observe in your future scenario. So that time you have already 100% of time to think and rethink and sort and research your career goals, and that time you will have no unclear goals. You have only the clear goals, and to tend to observe in that way you have sufficient capability to observe also. The third one is disengagement. Disengagement, I have already told, lack of trust and role of uncertainty. So, what is the meaning of disengagement? Disengagement means it is like a evaporation. We have all the liquids in our mind and heart, but like evaporation or transpiration in plants, you know that. So, sometimes we have that kind of knowledge, but we are not utilizing in the present time. That is the task in many. So my observation in this engagement in many people when they have in different negative scenarios. Negativity means like alcohol consumption, or you can say different immature love, immature thoughts. That time, so young people or young inclined towards that kind of negativity while focusing on the positive scenarios, what really they want to do in their particular stage, but they are not focusing. So that is the major issue. I have many things I have already seen. So I think the young people have to think in that way and to observe in that way so that they can develop their minds. The next one is talent differences. In our India, many people have talent differences. This is the major cause, and right now happening in our youth scenario. The talent differences means if somebody has talent paintings, if somebody has talent drawing, somebody has talent different innovation, will have to encourage rather than discourage or rather than comparison. Don't compare your mind to others, because God gifted means God gifted things to every young people. Everyone has some talent. If a person will say that who have nothing, but they have already a single talent in their, they will have to search and find out that talent. So don't compare at any stage. You are in plus two stage, BSc stage, MSc stage, or a job. So don't compare yourself and just focus on your duty. At the time of career, you are focusing a particular duty. At the time of BSc career, you are focusing in a duty. So focus in that way so that your talent, your improvement, the only your improvement will be developed day by day or your daily basis. So all it, the things what really at what really have to do for you, and we always will be improved so that the talent differences will not be occurred in different young and youngsters and budding scientists. They will have to think themselves and have to develop their own minds in a single way so that they can do
future. The next one is, we all know this is the common issues, what is really going on in our young minds. So, why depression? Depression will not come in that way. We are just inviting depression. So my request to all of you, all the young minds, don't focus on the depression. And the sorry, excuse me. Depression means the first thing is it is a common issues and very common issues we can say, yet overlooked disease. It's a disease among all the youth. So globally, you can't imagine 300 and above million of people were suffering from depression as in the first quarter of 2022 scenario. If we consider, as far if we go to the 2000 or 1990 or 1980, the kind of depression was not there in that much. But right now, depression is a kind of disease. It's not a issue. It's a disease, you can say. So how it is largely happening in 2022 or 21st century. So because of our lack of trust and unclear goals, so these things, disengagement and different kind of negative activities. So that is why our depression is occur to us. So, and many not even realize that they suffer due to lack of knowledge on their mental health. So although this number is only going up, so no strong steps have been taken to create a working atmosphere that allows an employee to remain happy and stress free. So this only adds on the misery of the person and the negative things of the person, so affecting his or her personal life as well. So my request to all the young minds, avoid this kind of situation and don't allow the free disease like depression to your entire mind and heart. What really young bloods means, it has too much talent to do, but we are exploiting. We are exploiting, allowing the negativity to values to discourage our. So don't allow this depression. If I will say, depression means different scenarios we can think about the depression. In our plus, if I will say about the young people, like very teenager to or plus three level, they are thinking about they are going or inclined towards some kind of immature love issues, and that they will not arrange their career in that way. They want to. So my request to young minds and to young people, go for what really don't care about that person, that things. Just go and care about your thoughts, your minds, and care about your positivity, care about your knowledge-based system. At the young age, we have much power to encourage, to grab more knowledge. But if you go towards your age, you can say if your age will be more and more, then your you can say concentration of studies will be decreasing somehow. So that young minds are the very particular things, very particular things which can develop a nation building purpose to our country. So that always focus on your career, always focus on your developing thoughts and observe positive thoughts, and don't allow the depressions. If I'll consider that different kind of non-urban people, they are not the good environments and the good surroundings in their
Yes. So they will have to think and they'll have to read such and such they will have to just to see such inspirational things and they can develop their own self-made approach so that they will develop their constructive thoughts and constructive mind. So my request to young people, they will have to think in that way. And another thing is very popular thing, that is unemployment. We know that different kind of unemployment scenarios are happening to our India. More than 30% of Indian youth are unemployed. We have already discussed. So also not involved in or tell me with the saturation of the organized sector. We know that past days some people were saying that I have qualified, I have just attained my 10th degree, my plus 2 degree, and my BSc degree, and I have jobs. But right now, just go and see a 60% mark in past days can have lots of jobs in their hands. But it is not in that situation. Right now, it is totally different. You know that the 90% above people are not getting their good job, so that we cannot consider in that way. We'll have to think also, not think in that way that job is not enough. Have our knowledge based system will have to improve so that we can have that competition and that competition in our mind, so that we have such scenarios and good scenarios, and don't think about the only job. So this competitive environment makes people simply lock jobs for financial security. What kind of jobs they are going getting, they will just go in that way. And after some time of doing that job, and they will be bored and just left that job. So this is not the way to do your career, your life, and your constructive thoughts and young minds. Don't spoil in that way. My request. They look at companies of income generators. Don't fall like a income generators only, nothing more. So this is not the way to do your job scenario. You will have to go in that way so that you can have some good knowledge and some satisfaction, not success. Success is not measured by other. Success is measured by others. We have already listened this quote. But satisfaction is your own. So that go for that knowledge, go for that constructive thought, and don't about focus on your only job, only to get a job. The next one is very much important is exploitation under the name of experience. We know that many people in our surroundings, they are doing in such way seek intensive. In our research findings, in our institutes, we have already seen many people are going or are inclined towards intensive. It's a good thing, but just have to think about where they are going. That organization is such a way regularized in that way that the intensive will be really important in your future. But for various reasons, from exploring the field to having a better CV or to earn some extra cash or much more, you can say. But interns are many times unpaid. We have already seen कि intensive you can see they're not timely paid. If you consider a institution, the particular institution, they are not such a way regularized and giving different kind of proposals and projects, so that some intensive due to gaining some cash, extra cash, they are going in that way and just enter to that projects and doing the different kind of jobs, but not gaining any kind of knowledge. And that time, the young time, really have to grab such a knowledge which will improve their career, but they are not focusing in that way. So that my request, it's not for a for gaining some financial issues. You can have some other things. You can have some other things you can take. in such a way so that your knowledge will be improved, and at the time you can gain some extra cash also to develop your financial issues, not only for the things that is not fit for you and you are going to fit in that way. So my request, but internship, I am just focusing particularly on the internships, but interns are many. Since the internship sector is not well regulated, employers take advantage of the situation, and a lot of workload is put on interns. You know that at that time they're doing their MSc, they're doing their MPhil or any kind of degrees, but that time they're engaging also in a project. But such kind of project will not improve their career, and don't go such a way, and just rethink about your uh, career goals. This turns the journey of money. If you focus on the particular internship and you are not focusing your present career, so that the journey of passionate experience will turn into a journey of heavy burden, and that is the major issue. You cannot take that burden in your future, and at that time these things what I have already discussed: unclear goals, lack of trust, and role of uncertainty, talent difference. So this will take you in a negative ways. So since incentive is not rightly placed, graduates lose interest. The last one is the famous dialogue: I am not doing what I love. Many peoples, many young minds, and many youngsters always says these things: I am not doing what I love. This is the negative comment. We all know. So why this negative comment happening to our minds? We are not thinking in that way. The Gallup poll of 2022 is not very good. Look at that. What can be drawn from its 85% of the workforce hate their job. 85% of the workforce hate their job. This cannot be blamed on the employee. Big companies provide job security, and passionate work provide fun satisfaction. So blend of both is hard to find. So well-set corporate houses are located, but cannot keep their people engaged due to their rigid policies. So on the other hand, you can think startups give enthusiastic minds a great environment, but their pay is not very promising. So all this leads to unhappy environment, unhappy workers, and unhappy thoughts, so which deteriorated the quality of work. Listening right now, just focus on their career in such a way they can develop uh, their minds, their spiritual things, and their activities towards a positive goal. So speak out. It's a very important thing. The youth, the young people or young minds have to speak out from the very beginning of their career life, that they don't compromise right now and will adhere to ethical aspects and ethical values. So display honesty even if you are not questioned or you are not watched, because you know that some people, they will think, if someone will come and tell me ki what you are doing right now, it's wrong, but they are thinking they are doing right. But acceptance is the only thing you can accept from everywhere, accept from every scenario, every people. What they are saying, we must have to listen first. And before going to conclusion, you must have to listen and go for your observation. So fairness and transparency in whatever you do. any kind of things you are doing right now. So you will have to show your fairness, your transparency in your field so that the satisfaction will definitely come and the satisfaction will make you reach that cannot be measured also. So this will bring change in you and your surroundings. So my request and some over these are the unsaid challenges we have. We have not said, we have not regulated every daily basis, but these things happenings to our life every time. I must sure. But how to eradicate, how to develop such a strong mind to observe and overcome such challenges. So my request is first is make a plan. If you are doing, if you are making your a particular plan in such a way so that you can have your destination in that way. The second thing is no, you are not alone. If you are thinking you are alone, then everything will be positive. Everything will be very clumsy type. So don't think you are alone. You have all the spiritual experience. You have already a good passionate journey. And the second one is some people are very, you can say, shy when some kind of help is happening to their life. Oh my God, I will not go in that way. I will ask to that people. No, but don't do that. Always ask for helping your surroundings when it is required. So don't bother about your shyness. Don't bother about your thinking. Don't bother about your thoughts. Just go and ask for help wherever it is required. And the fourth one is feel your feelings. The youth or young minds feelings sometimes change, but feel your feelings. What kind of feelings really happens to your heart and minds, you will have to feel in such a way so that the constructive thoughts will be developed. And the constructive minds you can take that can take you in your destination. And the fifth one is accept support. What I have already told, I have already discussed. Ki accept for help. What kind of help is, or what kind of support is coming towards you? You just have to accept it because it's kind of maybe it's kind of God gifted. It's kind of watchful things. It's kind of supportive things. So that accept support wherever it is coming out, whereas life. And the second, this is the youth power, young minds, young bloods, so that they will have to think in such a way to help such people where the really help is required. So help others as much as possible, as much as possible. Maybe I'm not telling about only money help, emotional, physical, mental, you can say spiritual health. So these are the helps you can help to someone so that not only their help, you are doing someone's help and their your help will be developed. No, at the same time, but you can say instantaneous support will come to your life also. And you have also satisfied. You are also doing some satisfying things. So these help always develop, always encourage towards our young minds and young stars. And the next one is think big. Don't about just think and relax. Just think and relax. Think and do such beautiful things in your life so that you can have the best thing in your future. So that think big, just think small. It is the small minds. So that young minds always think our Indian people have some ethical values, have some ethical respect towards our elders. So that just don't think about very small things and have to raise your minds, raise your hearts, raise your thoughts and constructive thoughts so that your thinking will be big and big daily basis. And you'll have to practice in such a way because we have lots of spiritual righteousness. Where if you think about this, that spiritual righteousness, then everything will be solved. everything will be solved out. You don't have to think in that way and just focus on a particular things that will not solve in your minds, in your heart at that particular time. But after some time, this can be developed, the constructive thoughts can be developed, and it will be sorted out. And the next one is positive mindset. This is the best thing required for every youth, because positive mindset is really necessary in your BSc career, in your MSc career, in your MPhil, whatever you are doing right now. What kind of jobs uh, you have engaged, but you will have to think in a positive mindset so that uh, your surroundings will be improved and will support you. Surroundings will come to support you if you are having a positive mindset. So this is the best thing have to require for all young minds. And the next one is, don't never ever give up. If you are giving up in a initial stage, in a talus stage, you can say, then you will not succeed in your life. And you cannot have that kind of burden. You cannot take in your future also. Not right now, in your future. So that don't give up mind, because it's never too late. It's never too late. We are just hurry up. We are just thinking about it's just happening. It has already been happened. Don't think and I will not do in such a way. Don't think about that thing. Just having a mindset, don't give up. So never ever. So give up means you have already given up your life, because life is one time, and young mind and youth mind is also one time. Because after some days, after some years, you will also lose your young mind, and you will lose your young blood. So that my request to all the youngsters, always think about the don't give up attitude, and that will make you to develop your mind in a destination. You can succeed the zenith of success of your minds and hearts. And the next one is the last one I will observe, because time is now over. So I just have to say one thing: work smart, not hard. It's really necessary, because in our past days, in our past decades, you can say 1900, 1980, our you can say grandmother, they have lack of knowledge, because at that stage they have a superb knowledge, and that is we are just evaluating. We are just uh, in a evolutionary measure. And work smart, hard means if you are doing your work smartly, then the right time, at the right time, you will get what really your heart. That will definitely come. So if you have talent, then you'll have to work hard. Then both will be punched out and make your luck. Some people are saying that the miracle happens only by luck. No, there is no luck. The only thing is hard work with talent. It's the mixture. If you are mixing up, then these things will be developed. So that work smart and not so hard. The last and very particular things, Sakti and Itisri, I have a very small time I can take, only the 4 steps I can just conclude my speech. Sakti and
Yes, sir.
Itisri,
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir.
thank you. So, the 4 step method for overcoming challenges is, the first one, very particular thing is accept and let go. Because sometimes it's not for all. It's I'm just telling about the young minds, because accept some kind of things uh, coming to your life and make you very bored, and you can say very hard things happening to your life. That time you just accept the situation and let go other things. And the second one is observe and decide. Because many young minds, they are not observing, but suddenly decide. Remember, if you are decide very early, then your decision may be wrong. But if you are observing something and you are taking your decision, then these things will be happen very good way. Face fears and act. Sometimes the people are not facing the fears and they are just lose their minds, lose their hearts. So don't do like this. Face your fears and just develop your act and to just catch up that fear and to develop your mind in such a way so that you can have eradicate this situation right now and also in your future. So face fears and act smartly. The fourth one is very particular to our youngsters and young minds, Indian youth right now. That is practice gratitude. Why I am telling these things? Because it is expected to all the youth right now in the digital platform. They are just forgetting our ethical values, our ethical Indian cultures, Indian scenarios. So don't forget. My kind request to all of that youngsters. So practicing gratitude, is it necessary or not? I think it is the necessary every time, because the Indian people, why Indian people are always great in the world, because of this practicing gratitude. So make your uh, attitude towards the convert it towards the gratitude, so that your success rate will be improved day by day, because we'll not only work hard, not only work smart, but gratitude is also necessary wherever you are going. Our ethical values, Indian ethical cultures, so and respect to elders, respect to our great philosophers and monks, because it is said by our great philosopher Swami Vivekananda. We have already we have already listened that uh, kindly uh, we have already listened ki Swami Vivekananda always says ki, my dear brothers and sisters, in say Chicago, we have already said this line. So why these things happening? Why all the love goes to our Indian people? Because of the gratitude. So that young minds and young people always practice this gratitude. So thank you opportunity and for patiently listening. Obviously, if you are doing this, and this will bring change and your surroundings. So try to make a good attitude, a good gratitude, and a positiveness and persistence to work. Thank you so much to all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And happy
Yeah.
National Youth Day to all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Any
Wish you
questions
also
from?
happy. Yes, sir. You really saw the path, that is how the youngsters they can develop themselves. If I will say it is from A to Z, whether their active participation, they are going to be confident, they need to be creative, or they need to avoid depression, satisfaction, T for talent, P for positive mindset. So it is from A to Z. You can say you actually give them the dictionary, or that is from A to Z. That is, if they are going to follow these things, definitely they are going to be in a better place. Even they can actually achieve their goal. They themselves see where they really want to see themselves. So thank you, sir, for guiding us in such a marvelous way. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like
Thank you, ma'am.
to,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you, sir. So now I would like our volunteers, if they want to ask any questions, kindly ask. Any
Yes.
volunteers? Is there any questions that you want to ask? Am I audible?
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am.
So anyone want to ask question, you can ask. Sir is with us.
Hello, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, good evening. And sir, myself and Nilamath Patra. Sir,
Yes,
I have a
Nilama.
question. Yes, sir. Sir, it is topic of youth, sir. Sometimes we feel like that the depression it is, sir, what is a topmost position. Depression. So at that
Yes.
time, family condition and then depression it is high. So how can we control, sir?
Family depressions. Hello. Will you repeat
Neela
your
Madam,
question, please?
Neela Madam. Yes, Neela Madam, you are not audible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Just repeat your question.
Now I am audible, ma'am.
Yes, yes. You're
Madam,
audible.
sorry for interruption, and I think you can write in the chat box also. Those who also want, you can write in the chat box so that Madam can also pick up some of the question also. And you can, if you have a good network also, you can also unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
I think Neela Madhav's question is if there is some family problems, if someone is going through that depression, how to handle that depression.
Okay. Yes. Actually, Nilamada was asked a very particular question, which is really for all people in India. I think they are facing also same kind of things, family depressions. But family depressions in the young stage, I think that family depression is many types. Maybe from family issues, or maybe financial issues, or maybe some kind of aspects which are not, you can say, onset type. But at the time of your young time, you can say uh, Nilamadhav is here. What thing? Nilamadhav is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you are or any other. Reme, what class are you? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Neela Madhav, what is your class and your subject? Just
Okay, PG first year. Okay, thank you so much. Right now you are in master, so but I am telling from the plus two to master degree, the family problems have always for everyone. It is nothing. It is nothing to hide for all of us because we know that family depression always have there. You are in a plus two stage, you are in a BSc stage, you are in MSc stage, or after that, after getting your job also, the family issues will not be solved. But at the young stage, in the immature stage, we can say, because young stage means we have not so much matured. But after MSc, I think at the time of your MSc, we have already our goals regarding to get a job. And what kind of family issues we'll have to first know? Ki it is financial issues or financial crisis, or it is our family issues which cannot be told to anyone. So it is other thing. But when I am only focusing on the financial issues, then we have sufficient knowledge. Right now you are in master. So we have sufficient knowledge to develop yourself and to think in such a way so that the family issues will not make you show burden. and family issues make you so depressed, because the depression obviously will come, but you will have other activities, you will have some other things you can do. But if you focus on particular thing like your family issues, then you cannot develop your good career in your future also. So that just have to balance it, because life is a balance. If you are balancing both the things, because family issues can be balanced, and your own things you are doing, so that this will be helpful for your future, I think, Nilava. So that you can have to balance both the things, not only a particular things you'll have to focus, because at the time of
Yes, sir.
young stage, it's really required to think more and more about your family also. And because of why we are right now, because of our family and our country, everything will have to support our surroundings, our friend circles. So family issues have to balance with your life also, because life always wants to balance all the things. Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you,
And
sir.
also
Anyone?
confident personality and optimistic attitude also will be required at the time of your struggling phase, because we have already success. Because after success, many people says ki you have already success and you can tell anything, but no, just focus ki before going to success, what kind of struggle you have faced, what kind of struggling life you are occurring right now, and that will make memorable in your future whenever you will get your success, and you will be satisfied much more. So make your balance right now, and hopefully your future will be bright. Thank you.
Anyone?
I think, madam, there is another one more question in chat box also. You can have that.
Let me check. Yes, sir. Okay, this is the question from Naresh Kumar Pare. Is digital education is really helpful to our youth, particularly on health side? This is the question.
Okay.
Am I audible, sir, or am I going to repeat it?
Actually, yes, yes, I have already seen.
Okay, sir.
Madam, it's a very good question, and actually, digitally, right now we are in a digital platform. We can, then we will be left out from the competition, because we know that at the early stage that digital platform were not used, and they were also very talented. But right now the competition is so much more. If you are having a digital platform and you are not utilizing in a perfect manner, obviously it will be having some use in a negative aspect. If you consider about health side, it is a very for the health side also. It's a negative impact on the health side, no doubt. But at precautionary measures, because everything has precautionary measures. Right now the corona is going on virus, Omicron, then Omicron, then other things will be happening. But we will have to make sure that we have all the precautions. So that digital platforms also develop our minds and hearts. So goods and bads are there. If you are considering the goods, then you'll have to just find out these bad things like health issues. But you are not just not every time on the digital platform. But you will have to fix some time. At your necessary time, it is required time. You love to go for that digital platform, then you should go. If you are not having some digital time, then you can have some leisure time and go some physical work, and some physical attitude, physical read, different books. But have to hurry for particular thing. Digital platform is every time required. We cannot avoid these things in the 21st century. So all the youth can utilize these things, utilize this platform in such a way that positive impact will be developed and positive mindset will be developed. So my request to all the young minds, they will have to organizing and channelize their mind and to think in such a way wherever it is necessary, you just go for digital. Wherever it is not necessary, so just go to your diary works and your books. You read such good books. What chairman sir have already told that Swami Vivekananda have 9 volumes. Different. You can today's youth day so that that uh, Swami Vivekananda books every. So you can go for any books that will make positive, make you good, and have some constructive mind. Because health issues always happens in other ways also, not only for digital platform. It has a very, you can say, very negligible percentage. But other issues you have there, we'll have to focus on that way and also utilize the digital platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I think we should finish now. Sakti sir,
Yes, madam.
can we finish it now?
Yes,
We are
madam.
going.
It is already
It's
5:30.
already 5:30.
So,
Yes, sir. So now I would like to request one of our volunteer, Chiranjeev Bhadatya, to give vote of thanks. Chiranjeev?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Happy
just
Youth Day to all. Ma'am, am I audible?
yes, you are audible.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening to all dignitaries present over here and all my volunteer friends. It gave me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this webinar to all dignitaries assembled here. First of all, I would like to thank our resource person, Mr. Jimutsen sir, who honored this webinar and gave his valuable time for us with shared his inspirational thought. Then I would like to thank our beloved PG Counselor, Professor P.K. Manchi sir, our Program Officer Sakti sir, Dr. Itisri ma'am, and Samir Bhai sir, and all dignitaries present over here. Then I would like to thank all my volunteer friends for attending this webinar and make it success. Once again, I thank one and all present here. Thank you.
thank you, Chiranjeev.
Thank you. So, yes, sir.
Yes, madam. You continue. So we'll wind up here. I think. Thank and the entire PG Council, Berhampur University, and the authority of the Berhampur University. Once again, we thank you, Jimut sir, for giving for his valuable time. As you will, I know you personally also being a scientist, sitting 1.5 hours for this occasion. It's a great task for you. So once again, I thank you for giving us valuable time and attending the questions. And thank you, volunteer, for taking interest in your enhancement of your life. And I hope if you work on yourself slowly, but definitely you will reach your goal and will have a ultimate destination in your life. So thank you all. Have a great day. Madam, it's over to you. You can declare the session as a end so that we will wind up.
Okay, let me also thank personally as well as on behalf of Berhampur University our profuse thanks and gratitude to Mr. Jimutsen Nayak, whose deliberation was
Thank you so much.
very innovative and thought provoking. As Madam said, he has started from A to Z. So I believe our young friends there is a lot of thing. I mean, take home message from his deliberations, and on this very special occasion, our young friends would be immensely benefited after listening to Mr. Nayak. So thanks a lot, Mr. Nayak, for sharing us your valuable time and information. Thank you. Thanks all to our
Thank you.
viewers, program officers, and volunteers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So
Thank
with
you,
this,
Sakshi, and thank you, ma'am.
Namaskar.
Yes, thank you, sir. So with this, I declare the session is over. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.